Grand Rising, Grand Rising. This is Sean Speaks. Happy Friday, Juneteenth family. Happy Friday. You know, I was taking a walk. I'm taking a walk, and I was kind of thinking, as a people, as a group, what is it that we want, right? As individuals, what is it that you want, right? Sometimes I think that we can get so caught up in the complaining or in the complaint mode that we really don't put enough time and attention on the things that we actually really want, right? Because I'm a true thinker that where you put your energy is what grows in your life. Where you put your energy is what grows in your life. I can see that in my own life. I can see that in other people's lives. And I think as a group, it's time for us to put our energy on who we want to be. Who do we as a people want to show up as? I think that like when Terrence and Derek and I created this Juneteenth Blackout group, our vision really is to see, great businesses like grow in this group, right? Expand and get bigger and bigger. And they know that, hey, I have a group that I know is going to support me. Right? I know my group is going to support me because that's our mindset. Our mindset is that we get to design our lives and we get to support each other because we know what it is that we're trying to build. But I realize that sounds really good, but if you don't know what you want, right? Or if you have a mindset of thinking that you never can get what you want, then you're never going to take advantage of a group like this, right? You're never going to take advantage of the opportunity because you're going to be so unwilling to be vulnerable with your heart, unwilling to be vulnerable with your ideas. I think that you're not going to tell me that as a group of people, we don't have great ideas, right? I think sometimes part of the problem is that we don't think that we would get support for our ideas, right? When other groups create something or build something, they automatically have that support. They know that people are going to rally behind them and going to build it up. And sometimes I think we as people, we're not as comfortable, we're not as confident that we're going to have that same support. But that's something that's on us to change, right? It's on us to build this life how we want to have it. It's on us to figure out what is it that we want. What is it that we want as an individual? What is it that we want as a group? What is it that we want as a people? Our desire for Juneteenth to be a big celebration is not because, we're praising Abraham Lincoln for, freeing the slaves, right? We know that the Emancipation Proclamation was a militaristic strategy. We know that, right? And if you don't know that, now you know, right? Abraham Lincoln was not your friend. Right? However, if I take a lesson from what Mr. O'Neill, the historian, told us, was that, freedom, no matter what day it's given, is still freedom. And as Ed Davis, the social historian, I talked about, freedom really isn't something someone can actually give you anyway. Freedom is something you have to come to know is internally yours, right? I always go back to the story of I can't think of the story with the glass shoes, right? And it turns out, the Wizard of Oz. That's what it is, the Wizard of Oz, right? With the Wizard of Oz, and she wanted to get back home. She wanted to get back to Kansas, and she was looking, trying to find the wizard, because she felt like the wizard was gonna be able to help her get back home. And then when she finally found the wizard, it turned out that the wizard was some little small, not powerful person, just as afraid as she was. And then when it really came time to her to be able to get back home, she realized, or she discovered, that her power was already with her already, right? Her power was in her shoes, which she was always wearing. And sometimes I think that that's what we have to kind of understand, is that our power, right? Our power to have the life that we want, our power to show up as the people that we want, that power is already with us. But we keep thinking that somebody can give it to us, right? I think scratch that. Nobody can give us what we already have, right? We just have to discover first that we already have it and show up in that power. And let me tell you, when you show up in your power, people will take notice and people will adjust, because they're not gonna be able to deal with you the same way, right? And this is the time for us to show up in a way that forces other people to deal with us differently, right? And so anyway, I just kind of was thinking about that, because I hear a lot of people that are, that have this concern about celebrating Juneteenth as if it's something bad. And I don't think Juneteenth is anything bad, right? It's just the fact that, okay, maybe that was a military strategy. However, it did begin to cause people who thought that they were going to be quote unquote slaves for the rest of their lives to have a new paradigm shift, and they had to change how they saw themselves. And so, and again, I always say, America didn't give us freedom, right? I actually truly think some of us are still, if not all of us, are still fighting for freedom in our own mind, in our own ability to think for ourselves. Many of us, we can't think for ourselves without thinking about what Big Mama gonna say, right? And nothing's wrong. I got all due respect for Big Mama, but what do you think about things, right? And I think that that's what it's about. It's about coming to a realization that you have place in this world just like everybody else, and you get to design this life that's more comfortable for you. And so, but anyway, I want to give a shout out to our spotlight vendors again. We got Melanin Bay Body Butter. Check her out on Instagram. We got Jewel Pads at healthiercycles.jewelpads.com. And then we got Mr. Joseph Bean, the financial insurance agent. And so definitely check out our spotlight vendors. And remember, every 19th of the month, we're going to do a big push to support our businesses that are on this group. So if you have a business, put it on here. If you're thinking about a business, start your business, because we are going to be, or we want to be, a group of people that will show our support and show our love for your business, for your creative ideas, for whatever you got going on. We want to be supportive. Okay. All right. Happy Friday, Juneteenth blackout. Peace.